Hey loves, and welcome back to Dear Deasia. This is your space for healing, awakening, and rising, and I'm so grateful that you all are here still. This is episode 7 of the Awakening series titled Learning to Receive Without Earning It. So before we dive in, I want to quickly recap. In episode 1, we talked about awakening in the moment we hit rock bottom or burnt out, realizing we couldn't keep living the same way that we used to. In episode 2, we explore how spirituality isn't just about crystals or meditations. It's about feeling, releasing, and crying when spirit calls us to. In episode 3 and 4, we move through the messy middle, learning that healing isn't perfect and the universe will challenge you with tests, losses, and shifts to help you rise. In episode 5, that was all about reclaiming your softness, stepping into your divine feminine energy, and understanding that your past defenses do not define you now. In episode 6, that brought us to the embodiment, living the awakening fully, letting it show up in our choices, our boundaries, energy, and presence. And now we arrive at this sacred part, learning to receive without earning it. Now, this is one of the most deepest, most transformative steps in your healing journey because it challenges the old programming we've carried for years. Trust, I'm still learning this. We've been taught, conditioned, or even forced to believe that love, care, validation, and support must be earned, but it's not. We hustle, we overgive, we over-explain, and we constantly try to prove that we are worthy. We feel guilty for accepting help or love freely, thinking somehow that if we don't do enough, we do not deserve it. But divine femininity, that's your inner sacred energy, and that is teaching you a different way. She is asking you to release the burden and allow yourself to simply receive, to open your hands and hear without obligation, and love without obligation, without overthinking, without the pressure to give back immediately. To understand that being loved, supported, or valued isn't about what you do, it's about who you are inside. Learning to receive without earning, it starts small, really, really small. It's letting someone help you without guilt. Whether that's just give you $1 or two, just to make you feel good, or give you a compliment, or pump your gas for you. It's accepting a compliment without minimizing it. Like, if somebody says you're beautiful, you be like, thank you, but I don't feel like it. Don't say that. Just receive it. Just be like, thank you. Smile. It's allowing yourself to rest and to be nurtured, to be celebrated without feeling like you owe somebody something in return. And each time you do this, you are retraining your brain, your energy, and your soul to recognize your somewhere inherent worth. Because a lot of us sometimes feel like we don't have worth, and we feel like we have to earn that worth. But somewhere deep inside, you've always known your worth. You've always had that worth. You just got to teach yourself that you are enough to simply become that worth and exist in it. Sometimes receiving does feel scary because it's unfamiliar and it makes you unsure. And you might notice a tension in your body, a knot in your chest, or a small voice saying, I don't deserve this. And that is okay. That's your old patterns reminding you that you're capable of survival, but not fully used to receiving, if that makes sense. Now, a lot of us are used to surviving. A lot of us are used to, closing ourselves up when things get too hard. But I want you guys to start facing things head on. Because every time you pause and breathe and allow yourself to accept what's truly being offered, you are softening those old patterns. You're telling yourself that it's safe to be cared for, safe to be loved, and safe to be seen just as you are. And I know this can feel uncomfortable. I know you might feel anxious and resistant or even unworthy at first. And that's normal. That's your old survival mode trying to keep you safe, telling you that you have to earn every bit of love, attention, or support, and you don't. Because every time you pause and take a deep breath and allow yourself to receive, you're breaking that old pattern. Every time you choose to accept without overcompensating, you are telling yourself, I am worthy and I am loud and I am enough without overgiving. This isn't just about love from others either. It's about receiving from yourself. And it's about acknowledging your growth and your efforts and your resilience and your evolution. It's about celebrating your wins, even without validation. even without needing it from anyone else. It's also about sitting with your accomplishments, your self-love, your energy, and letting yourself feel the fullness of it without guilt or doubt. Allow yourself to savor your victories, your breakthroughs, your moments of clarity, and your moments of rest. Each time you do, you reinforce the truth that you are enough without proving anything to anyone. So receiving without earning will change your life in subtle but powerful ways. You start to notice that the world is responding to you differently, and they will. Opportunities will show up naturally. You won't have to feel like you are in the wrong spot or things aren't working out for you. You just gotta stop chasing it and let it come to you. People will show up aligned with your energy. Your peace will become magnetic, and you will start attracting what you truly need rather than chasing what you think you deserve. Like I said before, you're no longer draining yourself trying to prove your worth, because you've already claimed it internally, because it's always been inside of you. You just had to remember your worth. That's it. This is also a transformation in relationships. When you allow yourself to receive people and just receive in general, people are invited to rise with you, if that makes sense. So to like break it down, you would basically stop overextending to earn your love or attention. You would stop over explaining, over giving, and over fixing things. And you would just start to allow reciprocity, like to just exist naturally. And sometimes simply just allowing yourself to be nurtured or cared for without giving back immediately is the most powerful form of self-respect and growth. Learning to receive without earning it is also about trust. You have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in your worth and trust in the universe. It's about surrendering control and understanding that you are safe being held, being loved, and being valued. It's about showing up as your full, soft, strong self without fear or guilt of anything, okay? And it's about believing that when you allow love, support, and abundance in, it only multiplies. It doesn't diminish you. And let me remind you, this is a process. It does not happen overnight. I'm learning as I go. That's why sometimes it takes me a little while to upload a new episode, because like I said, I'm dealing with you all as time progresses and time go by. I'm not perfect. I learn new things every day. So I want you to know that you may catch yourself slipping back into old patterns of overgiving or over-explaining or even overcompensating, because I do that from time to time, because I just want people to understand why I have these boundaries and why I'm like set in the way I am now, because I want people to understand that I'm aware now, you know? I want people to understand that I'm returning to myself over and over and over again, no matter whether I mess up, but I'm aware of that. And you all should be aware of that as well. So every time you do return to yourself and you are consciously aware of it, you strengthen your ability to receive freely and fully. And every time you give yourself permission to accept without overthinking or overcompensating, you are proving to yourself that your worth is inherent and not earned. Like I said, you're born with it. You knew your worth from the time you were born. Okay? So if you're listening right now, know that this is sacred. Receiving without earning it doesn't make you weak. It makes you aligned. It makes you powerful. It makes you magnetic. And it teaches motherfuckers around you that you are worthy simply because you fucking exist. That you don't need to prove anything to nobody. Not your family, not your friends, not your lovers, not nobody, not society, not social media. Because you are already enough and you know that shit. This is Dear Deasia, a letter to the you that is learning to open your hands, open your heart, and accept that all is meant for you, without the guilt, without the shame, without overcompensating. A letter to you that is finally understanding that love, care, support, and abundance are not things you have to fucking earn. They are things you are allowed to fucking receive, bitch. You could sit at your house, watch your TV, and you do not have to chase after somebody to love you or know your worth. Motherfuckers know that shit already. Make them realize it. I love you all. And I see you all. And I honor your growth. I honor y'all's courage. I honor your willingness to show up for yourself again and again, even when that shit get hard. And I'll see you all in episode 8, where we continue rising, shining, and stepping fully into the life we've been preparing for. I love you all. Bye.